Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very well. Okay, today we're going to be going through Alice's response to imallexx's video. I know that it is 750 pages, and I know that there is a bunch of voice memos, there's a bunch of audio recordings, so truthfully, it takes me a while to read things. So what I thought that we should do is kind of go through the Google Drive, it's a Google Drive, and kind of read the first few pages, kind of go through some of the voice memos, and then we are going to be basically making our way through the document. Now, again, it is 750 pages, and I have kind of skimmed through it already, and there are text messages, there is a shitload of evidence, and there's a lot of words, and it takes me a while to read a lot of words. So I want to do my best to go through it as kind of best as possible, so please bear with me, because again, we will not be able to do it all in one video, and I know that other people that are covering this are doing the same as well, because again, don't want to rush going through anything like this. So let's do that in today's video. So we're going to make our first kind of jump into all of it. Just want to let you know as well that if you want to come to the Chronically Online tour, I'm literally heading to New York tomorrow in preparation for the second leg. If you use the code DIVINE, you will get 25% off all tickets. That's Nashville to Philly to Washington to Boston, Minneapolis, Detroit, Chicago, Orlando, Houston, Atlanta, Phoenix, San Diego, San Francisco. These are the last dates of the Chronically Online tour. Now, code DIVINE, because of Jody Hildebrandt, I am divine. So yeah, 25% off every single ticket, and yeah, I can't wait to meet all the muckers. I can't wait to do the show again. And also, if you're in New York City, I'm going to be announcing it very soon, but keep July 11th available, because we are going to be announcing a one-off show, and it's going to be completely different. I'm booking it independently. I'm really excited for it. So if you want to come to Chronically Online Tour, code DIVINE, 25% off all these places. By the way, I'm like, what am I going to do in Detroit? What is there to do in Minneapolis? Does anyone know what there is to do in Atlanta? I need recommendations. Also, Patreon is linked down below. I'm uploading so much over there. I'm having so much fun. We're doing Escape the Night, Joey Graceffa's YouTube show, reacting to it. It is god-awful, but I'm having so much fun. So I posted episode 5 and episode 4 today, and we're just going through it. We're doing a bunch of other podcasts, videos, story times, having a lot of fun over on Patreon. That'll be linked down below. But anyways, Alice had posted and said, I didn't want to do this again but after watching him live for 2 hours straight, I couldn't stay silent. This is my final response. And we have this Google Drive right here. Now, there's a lot of voice messages, voice recordings. Kind of want to start with the response, which says read first. So let me pull this up right here. Let me make this a little bit, can I, just so you can see everything in it here. Can I zoom out a little bit? I haven't used a Google Drive in so long. We'll just go it like this. Now again, there are, as you can see, 750 pages. So there is a lot of, information here. And I want to, do my best. I don't want to skim through things. I don't want to, in terms of text messages or writings. Again, there is a lot here. Wow. Goodness. We're on page 360. Oh, wow. Whoa. Oh my goodness. I've never seen something like this before. Okay. All right. Okay. So, 750 pages. That is a lot, So, what I'm thinking... What I'm thinking we should do is read the introduction and figure out what the opening is, and kind of go through the first couple pages, because obviously this is a lot to go through. Okay, let's read. Trigger warning, mentions of SA, R word, death threats, racism, depression, and assault. I figured it was best laid out to respond to everything in order of the video he posted. I apologize for the prompt tweet replies, but having this suddenly all resurface after a year is very triggering, especially when I'm being accused of lying despite providing multiple evidence of events. I'm hoping that after this, I won't have to constantly explain or defend my story, but after hearing the endless lies in the video, I can't just stay silent. No one could. There's a lot I need to take responsibility for, words, but I can't just sit back and let a completely fabricated version of the story he told be out there. I take responsibility for the confusion my previous statements caused. I realize now that my words were not acceptable and that I should have been more direct. It's not every day someone has to publicly address a situation like this. I did that. By the way, I'll link this down below in the description and the bio if you want to go through this as well. I should have been more direct. I did that to myself. I should have been more expecting of something like this. However, I anticipated he would resort to the lying route, as I cautioned in my previous statement. I intend to be fully transparent and provide all supporting documentation. However, due to the age of the evidence, nearly 2 years, and the process of gathering it all together, it might take a long time, and this might be a very long document. Firstly, I sincerely apologize for any confusion resulting from my initial statement. Due to our interactions, which often occurred on a weekly, if not daily basis, it would have been practically impossible to include every single argument and exchange in one single document. As I noted previously, the document would have over 1,000 pages. Therefore, I chose to focus on the most traumatizing experiences, highlighting the specific actions that caused me pain. It breaks my heart hearing that in the video he makes claims of mutual abuse. Being publicly discredited is upsetting. My reaction towards him were deeply rooted in genuine emotional responses to specific, often harmful situations. While I acknowledge that my responses were sometimes imperfect, I also made mistakes in reacting the way that I did because of the hurt inflicted upon me. It's an indescribable feeling when confronted with blatant fabrications of the truth. It is a horrible feeling to have someone who caused these events deny the events they know very well occurred. I'm sorry for the offensive words I used to hurt Alex back, calling him these words. I knew it was wrong, and I used to say these words to try and hurt him for hurting me. I take full accountability for this, and I should be more transparent in my first document when I said I went down to his level with insults back at him. These words are wrong to use, and I have been bettering myself since the relationship. I hope I haven't offended anyone, and if I have, I'm truly deeply sorry and full of regret. I am ashamed. I felt like I had to use these words to hurt him back, and I used anything I could think of. The narrative of saying I have been threatening and abusing throughout the whole relationship is false, and I'll debunk every statement I made about it. I've always said I was never innocent, and I reacted back to things that he said and did. I said that in my first statement. I definitely wasn't innocent towards the end, and I'll admit that I was toxic at the end of our relationship because I grew to hate the position I was in. I had been promised everything would get better after I moved in, and that will be proven. He claimed there was no talk about being worried to move in together, yet I put it in my original statement. I'm reliving all this again, and the manipulation is still happening in that video. I know I was toxic after all this. I wish I wasn't who I turned into, but it was, and I have to admit that. I haven't lied about anything I said in my first statement. Everything I wrote there happened. The videos I linked in the first statement of Alex threatening violence is dated May, having just made it official in March. This abusive language was implemented early in the relationship by him. Months and months of this could change anyone, and I'm sorry to myself mostly for staying in this and becoming as toxic as I did. To say I lied about going to the police about this, claiming that to be on Claire's law you must be convicted, is false. I reported everything I could to the police with the evidence I posted and more. This has been put down on record. This does not mean he was convicted or contacted. I was given the option to take Alex to court and also get a restraining order because of the threats to kill and harm me. I didn't and don't have it in me to go through a court, and looking back now, I should have. Nothing went further as I posted online about this. I wasn't given a reason as to why it had dropped. I was just told it has been put down and there will be there under his name, and if he contacted me again, to let them know so they could take it further. And then this, which says, no, you don't need to be convicted to be subject to a Claire's Law disclosure. So here we have Kent Police Victim Care Card. saying I keep posting about him and his personal issues, which isn't the case. I posted about my issues and my experience. My posts are only ever me talking about moving on from this and having a hard time moving from the traumatic things he's done to me. I can talk about what has happened to me as much as I want to. Yep, period. Regardless of anyone's opinion on it and trying to silence me. That's true. Claiming I've been harassing him for a year when I have been harassed by multiple burner accounts to get a reaction and conversations about Alex. All I'm doing is replying I'm not harassing him by clearing up misinformation and rage bait. True. On Twitter, I received many of mean comments trying to spin this narrative that he has now come out with. I had at least 10 new accounts and more trying to come at me for the exact same thing, so it was obviously one person. I apologize for responding, but it's hard not to. I fell for a lot of rage bait given to me. It's hard coming out about so much and being instantly shut down. Me replying to rage bait doesn't prove any inconsistencies. It proves that I didn't know what was best for me and I was defending myself. I've been defending myself for so long, it's all I could think to do. Claiming I kept changing my original doc is insane and false. Sorry, I just added insane. Is false. Sorry, I was reading the word above it. So I'm trying to take my shoes off and get comfortable. Every time I click onto it, it sets that as the last edited date, which is also a very fair point as well. I changed nothing in that document at any point after releasing it, all publicly, and I'd like to add that I had 2 other editors on the document. The last time it was edited was June 15th, 2024. Responding to my cropped screenshots cropping out his name, I didn't include this for obvious reasons that it was offensive, childish, and very fucked up. Hiding it was wrong, and I should have explained it then and there as to why I did it. Using that word is inexcusable, and I am ashamed by it. I thought adding this in would discredit what he had done to me, and that was selfishly my main point to put out. It was more because he would throw this word around as an insult towards me, which I gave evidence on in my first statement of him chasing me around the house, screaming at me. In no way am I racist, and I'm so sorry I ever did this. I'm just extremely stupid for doing it and ignorant with my choice of words when I named him in my phone. I mentioned Alex using racist words because he used them on me aggressively. Not once have I ever used this word in an aggressive way, and I was ignorant for even using it in a way to imply this word, like the shrimp comment I made to him while we were joking around. The screenshots I'm going to show are triggering, but I'm showing this to prove I did not use this language like Alex did, nor did I bring this language into relationships. Okay, so here's the thing with these screenshots. It's a lot of the M word, right? So these are all screenshots of Alex using the M word. I don't want to show you these screenshots. You know what I mean? And also there are a lot of rules and regulations on YouTube that if I put these screenshots up, I mean, it's a lot of Alex just flat out saying the M word. He's using it casually. He's saying it often. Yeah, it literally is him just saying it a lot. This is gross. And then she's included, I took accountability for this and I'll never stop using it. It's her tweet. I write in my statement multiple times that I became reckless with my use of language because that was normalized by Alex. I'm well aware this doesn't excuse my use of the word, but this is an honest explanation. I apologize for any offense. The physical claims he has made are the ones I stated in my first statement, and then ones he's tried to claim I had done when I hadn't. I explained I'd slapped him in the face out of retaliation and had an incident of pushing him off of me. These claims are true, but to change a push into a punch, then punch in the face is a lie. The screenshot he gave is me denying kicking him and referring to his previous message where he says I kicked him a lot and hard, which is why I say I didn't kick you multiple times and hard. I can see how this is being taken another way, but all I'm doing here is denying that this happened and telling him I pushed him away. I was more taken aback that his narrative had changed, as I explained in my first statement, where he goes on to play victim to me after he understands that I'm coming out about what he has done. I'm admitting pushing him away from me was uncalled for, not admitting to kicking, because that didn't happen. He states I was physically abusing him regularly, which is a damaging lie. Not only does he say this, he denies ever being physical with me. He has spun this 180. He then said in his video that I donkey kicked him in the head and neck until he was out of the bed. This was again a lie, and I pushed Alex off me in bed. After arguing like this, I did not want to be near Alex. I did not physically kick him out of the bed or in the head like he claims. Not once did he ever bring this up to me, because he is manipulating a story to fit a narrative that I beat him. For a response that took a year, I'm not sure why saying donkey kicked while lying in bed in the head and neck was well thought out. That is physically impossible to kick behind like that, and I would never do that to anyone. His story keeps changing. Okay, and then we have screenshots right here. I really am interested to see, because there's a lot of voice memos that are like, I'm sorry I kicked you. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Okay, wait. So, voice memo 2, voice memo 3, 3, 4, 5, voice message 1. Okay, wait. I'm just gonna... Is there an order for these? Voice message. Okay. I'm just gonna go through these in order that they're showing up for me.
I am sorry about yesterday, and I wanted to say I am sorry about yesterday, and I shouldn't have gone as far as I did, but I really didn't like being accused of, like, taking the thing, the Ari doll thing, because I didn't take it, and I literally sent you a picture straight away to show that I had it and that I was keeping it safe for you so you can come and get it. But I am sorry, and I shouldn't have gone as far as I did, but I really didn't like that, especially because I've been trying really hard, and to just get all of those messages, just like, it hurts, and I really don't like it. Like, I really don't like it. I don't want to be treated like an idiot. I want to be spoken to properly. I know you don't want me to feel like that everything's okay or whatever, and I get that, but it doesn't mean that you have to be mean to me. Okay? Because that's not going to help me, and that's not going to make this easy for both of us. Look, I have that for you. I kept it waiting for you. I didn't take it or steal it or move it. I remember walking downstairs, it just still being here. You must have just forgotten to put it away. So text me when you're awake.
Okay, this one...
I was selfish in the moment, and for every time that you just kind of apologize with me, I'm holding this Polaroid of you, and I want nothing more than for you to just come out of this picture and just be here. I want my Alice back. God, I want you back more than anything in the fucking world.
Oh my goodness.
And the way that you feel about me, what I have done, I'm never ever, I'm never gonna be able to change that.
Oh my goodness. I'm just doing this in order.
I'm going to resend this because I cried in the last one. And, I want to be able to talk to you properly.
know, I had nightmares last night. I was worried that telling you what I told you, if we argue again, like, is it going to be used to hurt me? And instantly, when I woke up, I was like, God, I can't believe how you must have felt. You know, you told me not to do stuff, told me your fears, and you must have, I didn't realise. Like,
Heavy breather.
I didn't realise how bad it was for you. Like, I really thought we were fine. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know what I was seeing. And, yeah, I can understand. I see now that, God, it must have been really hard for you, basically, is what I'm trying to say. You know, I wouldn't wish this on anyone. I mistook you pulling away for you not caring and not being bothered about anything. But you didn't feel like you could speak to me anymore. And I know how that feels because after I sent those messages yesterday, all I wanted to do is be like, maybe I shouldn't have sent them. I didn't understand you because I couldn't put myself in your shoes. I'm really sorry. Like, I can't put it into words.
Oh my goodness.
You didn't deserve that.
Jeepers,
I'm gonna resend it.
Jeepers creepers. Okay, the next one.
What the fuck are you doing? Fucking leave me alone. Seriously, I don't know what the fuck you want from me. Like, but fucking leave me alone. This is not fucking cool, and I fucking don't like this. This is not fucking okay.
What a juxtapose of those two. What the fuck?
You just fucking misrepresent everything and tell it in a completely different order is fucking sickening. Like, I'm actually so fucking fed up with the way that you on purposely, like, missed fucking tell events. It's, like, driving me up the fucking wall. I was trying to speak to you. You were being a bitch. I know you don't like that word, but you were being a bitch. You were being fucking rude to me.
Oof.
I don't understand why.
Oof.
And then was like, can you not fucking say everything all at once? And then you started fucking insulting me, calling me fucking autistic. Like, as if that's fucking acceptable, as if that's okay.
Oh, so
Like,
he
what
picks
the
and
fuck?
chooses the slurs.
And I literally said, calm down, everything's fine. This doesn't need to be a big deal. And you were like, it's not a big deal, but you were like clearly fucking being rude still. Like, your whole attitude was fucking horrific. Like,
fuck?
I mean, I tried to calm you down, and then you started being weird, like fucking not talking to me, walking past me, not looking at me, and on purposely trying to antagonize me at that point. Because at that point, you decided that you want to fucking annoy me for some reason. Like, I was just telling you to calm down because I didn't want to have to clean everything in a miserable fucking mood.
Oh my god.
That was what I was telling you to do. I was like, stop doing this because it doesn't have to be like this. But it always has to be like this with you. It's always fucking miserable. Everything's always it's always fucking miserable with you. I don't understand. I got so much shit on. And you know it. Like, I'm trying to prepare everything for tomorrow. I was trying to, like, figure out why I don't have any fucking money because it's been fucking stolen from me. 70 fucking grand. You couldn't even fucking imagine. I'm Alice, and the side has got some crumbs on it. Fucking get over yourself. There's bigger fucking shit going on in my life. And you know it. It's fucking infuriating. You fucking leave? Making it seem like something really fucking terrible happened. I tried to fucking get you to turn around because you kept on fucking walking away from me as I was talking to you.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I feel like I'm going insane because I tried so many times to just speak to you to your face, and you cut me off when it's normal, and then you go, oh, I don't want to talk to you. Off, you've escalated the fucking thing. What the fuck is up with that? Like, why when I'm going, oh, Alice, like, do you want help with that? Are you ignoring me? Why are you doing that? Why are you ignoring me when I'm like, oh, can I help you with that? Why are you doing that? Why then? Oh, man, why at the beginning? Why at the beginning when I was trying to help you, why were you being fucking annoying then? Why were you not talking to me? Why were you ignoring me? Why were you doing that at the beginning? For like 20 minutes, everything was fine, to be honest. But like it wasn't fine because you were being so fucking insane as always. And I was being like, I'll help you with that. Let me help you with that. You should stop doing that. I'll help you with that. Why were you ignoring me? Just speak to me. Just look me in the eyes and talk to me, man.
The fact he was like, and you're being fucking insane. He said that. On that voice memo. When he's acting like that. This is insane.
You're doing it there with the you told me not to walk in thing. That comes across like, Alice, why you... I don't want this doll. I don't want it. I don't understand. I don't want it. I don't want it. I wasn't going to... I didn't hide it. Why would I give back everything else and hide the Ari doll? I'm tired of this. You are accusing me of stealing it. And it's not fucking nice. I don't like this. I don't like what you're trying to do right now. And I don't understand why.
God,
I don't understand why.
Such a freak.
Like, just fucking up and leave. Like, for no fucking reason. Like, because you refuse to fucking talk to me about, like, just fucking cleaning the fucking kitchen. I have to cancel all my plans. I'm going to spend all day talking to lawyers tomorrow because I haven't been paid for 2 fucking months. And you're on purposely trying to drive me up the fucking wall. Like, I don't want to fucking see you if you're going to try and, like, mentally fucking torture me. I don't understand what's so fucking wrong about that. I want to put your stuff in the fucking garage so I don't have to speak to you. You won't fucking talk to me, so why do I have to do what you have to fucking want me to do? It's not fucking cool. You don't get to just fuck with me and then, like, I have to fucking take it like earlier. Like, you wouldn't fucking speak to me. You were being fucking rude to me in the kitchen. You were insulting me. Like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
I know that you do it because I know that you know it drives me insane. I know that you are angry at me for something that because I didn't clean the side of the kitchen. And yeah, okay, I get it. I get that you're upset with me because I didn't clean the side of the kitchen after I'd used it or whatever. But oh, come on, man, it's been fucking Christmas and like I'm fucking, like I am busy. Like, I am busy, and I have told you how busy I am. And I forget, and I do forget. Like, I genuinely do forget. So it's not fair to torture me with everything going on. Like, I am terrified of what's going on right now. I might not ever get paid ever again. I might lose all of the money that I haven't been fucking paid. I'm fucking scared. Like, and you don't seem to realize how bad it is. Like, of course I forget to fucking clean the side sometimes. And I was going to do it. I ain't even eaten breakfast yet. Like, the fucking pressure you put on me is insane. Like, it's insane. I paid for all your fucking cat food the other day with money that I don't have at the moment because I haven't been paid. I don't know what you think of me, but you clearly aren't aware how it's all weighing on me. And then you fucking do this today. You have actually fucking broken me with everything going on. Like, how do you think... do you know how hard it is to cope with everything? Like, I'm being fucking robbed blind. And I still have to work. You don't do fucking anything. You don't do anything around the house. You don't clean, you don't make money. And I don't ask you to. I let you do nothing.
It's crazy how he's like, you do nothing and I let you do nothing. When it's the thing that he's shouting at her for every single fucking day.
I'm fine with you doing nothing, and the reason why is because I know how stressed I am. And I know that you've got fuck all going on, but I still think she's probably struggling too. Like, she doesn't do any fucking work, she doesn't have a fucking job. She's probably, I know you're a miserable little fucking cow all the time, so I try and fucking let you get away with it, but you don't have the same type of fucking space for me, and it's fucked. It's fucked up what you've done today, because you know how much I'm struggling. I mean, you've put all of this on me, and I had to cancel everything tomorrow with my fucking family. It's not fucking cool. It's why I want all your stuff gone, because I just don't want to deal with somebody who right now is going to put me through even more shit with everything I've got going on, and you're fucking threatening me. I'm just saying that I don't want to fucking speak to somebody who doesn't fucking, respect me and doesn't want to fucking, and respect what I'm going through. Because you don't. All I wanted you to do was fucking talk to me.
It really does seem that he loves that he has a job and he's saying she doesn't have a job, because it gives him this superiority to treat her and, in his mind, shout at her like this. He's insane.
Why is that so fucked? I just wanted you to look me in the eyes and just answer my questions I had. I was trying to help you, and I know that you know that, and I know that you were being stupid at the beginning, and you've blown it all up because of the fact you were being fucking stupid at the beginning, but it's not fucking fair.
I think that's what this is. He loves being able to blame her for everything. God, he's sick.
I'm sorry, I just listened back to the apologies that I sent you again, and I've deleted them.
How exhausting is this back and forth must be to, live through?
Because they're not good enough. And obviously, I can't do or say anything that will mend the damage and pain that I have caused you. And I haven't been trying, and I haven't been putting the effort in to make you feel better over the last few months, and even before.
It's crazy, isn't it? We're voice memos of him shouting and threatening, and then the next one's like, I'm so sorry. How exhausting this must be to live.
All that, and I am sorry. I have tried to find a way to talk about this stuff without falling into the pitfalls of, blaming you or anything along those lines. Oh, my bloody cats are being silly. Stop, please, monkey. Stop. There you go. I'm really sorry for the way that I acted during our relationship. The name calling, it was completely unacceptable. There's no excuse. There's no reason for why I did it. I knew that you didn't like it, and I did it. I carried on calling you names, and I just never fucking done it. It wasn't acceptable behaviour, and it hasn't been acceptable behaviour till recently. Getting angry at you and trying to make up excuses to feel like I am justifiably wronged is also wrong. I have tried to become a victim. I read back our messages. I've looked. I've wanted to be as equally hurt as you and feel like that I also was justified some form of apology. I wasn't. I was the one who hurt you. I was the one who carried on pushing everything further and further and further. You gave me many chances to speak my mind, and you looked for change, and I didn't change.
It's crazy that he would go online and preach this other narrative then, knowing that he has specifically sent voice messages being like, I have tried to find myself being a victim in this, but I can't. You are.
Change. I just got worse and worse and worse. And I'm deeply sorry for that, Alice. I really am. I want to try to keep this concise because, if I go on too long, and I have done, I just, it becomes just shit. It just becomes shit, and that's not what this is meant to be. I am sorry, on the last night that you were here, that I got angry at you, and I pushed you, and then I kicked you in the behind when you walked away from me. It's not acceptable. I thought at the time that I was being, jokey, but not in, a nice way. It was mean. It was rude. I was doing it to be like, oh, fucking come back, and it's pathetic behaviour, and it's not acceptable. And I knew, more importantly, how that would affect you. The action, I knew that it would annoy you. I knew it would upset you. I didn't realise how much it would upset you, but that's not an excuse for why I did it in the first place, because I opened up that situation to get worse. I made it worse. I didn't stop myself. I did something in the moment, and I justified it by saying in my head, and then, I said, and then we can, you'll be like, you'll turn around, like, oh, fucking, no, you're an idiot. And then we, hug it out like it's something from a fucking movie. It's delusional. It's crazy behaviour. And it's also just so selfish and, ridiculous to have done that in the first place. I should never have lashed out at you in any way, shape, or form. It's not right, and I regret it. And I also deeply regret letting you leave without properly apologising to you. I sat down on the sofa with you, and you were upset, and I used that as an excuse to go upstairs. You were being difficult. I blamed. I blamed you. I used your reaction as an excuse to be like, oh, she doesn't want to fix this anyway. Without acknowledging what I had done. I didn't realise how selfish I'd been all this time. I really had convinced myself that everything was so different to how it actually was. And I did it because I didn't want to take responsibility for my actions. And I continued that long after we broke up. And I am just really, genuinely sorry for that. On top of that, when you came back, I'm so sorry that I didn't make an effort to talk to you, and that I laid in bed with the covers over my head. It's because I felt so guilty.
God, he loves like a victim story, doesn't he? And like crying on a voice memo and making sure you
I knew
know
I'd done
he's
something that I
crying.
felt like I couldn't fix. So instead of trying to fix it, I gave up, and I got worse and worse, even though you gave me chances to amend everything, and even made efforts to try and make it work. I pushed you away, I was horrible to you, and I carried on my shitty behaviour. I didn't learn. I didn't learn up until recently. I followed people on Instagram, and yes, I can sit here and say whatever I want about that, but I did follow people who make you jealous, and I lied about it. And I did it to make it
He is just confirming everything that he's saying in his video that wasn't true.
feel like you messaged me, and then that was the way that I could see that you still cared. And in reality, you still cared because you still spoke to me. And you still gave me a chance to talk to you properly and apologise. But that wasn't good enough for me. I wanted something else. Nothing that you ever did was good enough for me. I constantly asked for more and more and more when I was in no position to do so. I regret it. I regret how I have continuously set the bar so high for you while completely lowering it myself. I made excuses. I blame my work. I blame my financial situation. And I sent you gifts. I bought the cat food and stuff like that as a way to feel like I had a use to you. So that you would see that,
I bought you gifts. I bought the cat food. Shut the fuck up.
I couldn't be all bad. Look at all the stuff he's done. But that stuff is easy. What required real change would have been to actually listen to you, talk to you, and understand your pain and the hurt that I put you through, and to actually apologise and change my behaviour. I didn't do that because I had convinced myself for so long that I was a victim of not you, but everything around me. That I could possibly see a scenario where I wasn't the person who was in the right and everybody else was being difficult. And I now realise that that's something that's probably plagued my life for a long time. And I couldn't see it. It's just not acceptable to have avoided my problems for so long, to the point where they developed into something that was just nasty. Even stuff like when you took the cat away from me and I would get upset. It's because I convinced myself that the stuff we argued about was over and that we were both feeling okay. I could see now that you were in pain and you hadn't healed and you needed me to do more and more and more. I'd stopped taking you out. I'd stopped spending time with you. Started sleeping on the sofa. I pulled away because I was feeling sorry for myself and I was trying to make you put the effort in to make me feel better. I wanted you to fix our problems. And instead of doing it as a couple, I put everything on your shoulders at a time where you were struggling with the stuff that I'd been doing. And it was so incredibly wrong of me. I understand now how much of an effect I was having with just my general behaviour. I just got so used to being like that I just assumed it was normal. And it isn't. And it's wrong. I should have made an effort, got to therapy, seen a doctor. I didn't. I didn't do anything to change the way I was. Even up until 4 days ago.
Isn't it really crazy and scary to hear all of this and then like mentally revisit his video?
Still been behaving like a selfish child, lashing out because things aren't going my way. I'm tired of doing that. It's not right. It's not acceptable. And it's not how you deserve to be treated. You were so patient with me. And I see now that I tested that to the fullest and it's run out. And I'm sorry for whittling you down like that. I didn't feel like that's what I was doing at the time because I convinced myself that I was showing you that I cared by screaming and shouting and doing all the things that you'd understand that I only did those things because I wanted you to stay. That wasn't the case, and that wasn't why I was doing them. I was doing them because I was upset about the way the stuff was going. I was angry, and I wanted to put everything onto you to fix it. It's not right. It wasn't right back then, and it isn't right now, and I won't ever be able to change what I did. You deserved a proper apology a long time ago. I see now that a lot of the actions that led to arguments were inherently caused by stuff that I did. When I left the kitchen door open, and you texted me about it nicely. And I kicked off at you because I just assumed that you were getting on my case. I blamed it on outside stress, but my laziness was making our lives worse. I wasn't looking after myself, and I wasn't looking after us, and I was doing it because I couldn't be bothered. I made excuses. I blamed it on other things. I blamed it on disorders that I don't know if I have. I blamed it on everything but me. I have struggled to take responsibility for our entire relationship. And I hate that it's taken you to leave and to fully cut me off for me to really actually understand just how insane my behaviour was. I read back through our messages and it fills me with the deepest possible regret.
This is so manipulative.
How every situation I could have handled better, and how everything that went down I could have changed. I said things that made stuff harder for you because I got so used to pushing you and then you giving in that I thought that was the way that I managed to get stuff and communication from you.
Holy fuck.
I never tried to actually work with you. I used tactics to speak to you that were wrong. Following people on Instagram, accusing you of stuff, using your reaction to make you feel like you needed to apologise to me, to make you feel like you owed me a phone call. I was trying to make you feel
Oh, he's an evil motherfucker.
guilty the whole time, and I lied about it because I was ashamed. I was ashamed of my actions. But instead of taking that shame and changing my behaviour, I wallowed in it, and I wallowed in self-pity. And I started making more and more crazy excuses to the point where the messages got more and more insane, and the stuff that I would fight for was just absolutely mental.
It crazy is just to hear someone like cry this much and just feel no empathy for them at all. Fuck you.
The things I was asking of you are sometimes incoherent. You gave me many opportunities to change my behaviour and to fix it, and I didn't. You gave me many opportunities to send you messages asking for forgiveness or apologising, and I didn't, or I did, and they were manipulative and self-serving. I thought originally that I was doing stuff because I was trying to make you see that I cared, but in reality, I was doing it because I only cared about myself. I didn't understand how the way that I'd approached this wasn't a showcase of undying love and obsession, but a crazy just attempt at making somebody feel bad enough where they would decide to just scrap everything and just start again.
Ugh.
And that's not right, and that's not how stuff should work.
Gross.
I should have tried to improve everything. I was lazy. I made excuses where I didn't need to be. Like when I invited you around and you were going to come over, and then I made an excuse about why I couldn't. It's because I felt so sick. And I was ashamed of my behaviour. So I put it off because I felt so uncomfortable. I didn't think about, if this is how I feel right now, I can't imagine what I put you through by being like this.
Also, that I'm so ashamed of my behavior. You're ashamed of your behavior because she walked. You know what I mean? She got out. And that's why you're ashamed. Because you're saying that you continuously did it. So you were not ashamed in the moment.
Like, I only realised it was of my own feelings, my own selfishness. This is how I know how hard it must have been for you now. I said you didn't care, not because I believed it, but because I had a fantasy and a desperate need for you to just tell me that you loved me, you missed me, and that we were going to make it work and you were going to call me, and everything was going to be fine. I had fantasies of you turning up at my door with your bags and saying, let's do it again, and just forgiving me.
I had fantasies of you... Okay. He's a deeply disturbed person.
For showing no improvement in my behaviour. I had dreams that you would call me out of the blue and say, I'm sorry.
For what?
Because I was not taking it seriously. I believed that I needed that from you. And I convinced myself that was what was going to happen.
Jesus.
Instead of actually realising that I needed to slow down, stop being so anxious, to stop messaging you over and over again, to get out of the headspace I was in, to understand the pain that I put you through, and to then talk to you properly and own my mistakes. I didn't do that. I didn't do that once. I did it in places after I'd argued with you. I tried to get you to do something for me. At first, I was crazy with heartbreak. I won't deny that. I was messaging you over and over and over again because I was so terrified that I couldn't fix this. And in that process, I pushed you further and further away because I wasn't trying to fix it. I just wanted you to give me the chance. That's insane.
This is really crazy. I wanted you to fix it, but I wasn't giving you the... Or I wanted to fix it, but I wasn't, like, attempting to fix it. This is one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
I constantly put everything on you. Made it your problem that you have to fix. Like, you have to fix me. Like, you have to sit down and tell me what I've done wrong.
No.
Instead of me looking at it and really understanding it. I've literally asked you to send me what I've done. I've made it your problem. I made our relationship your problem. And I'm so deeply sorry. I lied. And I manipulated situations to make myself feel better because I couldn't cope with the truth. I knew I was being shitty. I wasn't unaware of that. But I had really closed myself off to how bad it was by making excuses for myself. I read through your messages earlier where you talk about how it was abuse and how the way that I have spoken to you has put you through hell to the point where you can't talk to me because you're scared of me. And I deeply, deeply apologise for doing that to you. I thought at the time that, stuff just got out of hand and, we'd had awful days, we'd had bad days. But I see now, when it's everything in between and the consistency of my behaviour that adds up to an entire time of just pain for you. And I regret it now so much more than I did back then because of the fact that now all I want to do, and all I ever really wanted to do, deep down, was I did want everything to be fine, and that's the worst part about it all. So I didn't want it to be like that, and it wasn't my aim. I convinced myself that you weren't trying, and I told myself that as an excuse to be worse. When I realised that you didn't do anything wrong. The stuff that I got on your back for was petty and stemmed from my own anxieties. The arguments I caused came from, every single time, came from a way I was feeling. I was feeling bad about how I'd been fucking everything up. So when I left the fridge door open, I was only feeling shitty about my behaviour. But when you texted me about it, I lashed out to you because I felt bad about, and I knew I was letting you down. And I almost felt like you pointing it out made it worse. The same with everything you sent me. The reason why I shouted and argued when you sent me messages about stuff I've done is because I already know. And you saying it just made it true, and I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it for my own ego. I couldn't take it because then it made me realise that I had so much that I had to work on and fix, and I didn't feel like you would want to work through it with me. So I tried to make you feel like it wasn't as bad as you felt it to be. I tried to convince you that stuff was fixable, and the worst part was is that it was fixable, and in the process of doing what I did, I made it unfixable. I created all my own fears by acting out on them in the way that I did. I made them all come true. I pushed you away. I made you sad. I broke your heart. I made you leave your home. And I made you cut all contact with me because of my selfish, self-absorbed behaviour. Even this apology inherently is self-serving. I don't feel good, and I do anything to have you tell me that everything was going to be okay. And I know that. And I know that even by doing this, you may see this as a selfish act. To send a 26-minute long voice note to somebody is inherently self-obsessed. Like, do I love hearing myself fucking talk that much? Like, I just know that all of the apologies I've sent haven't been up to standards, and it's not really what I truly feel. And I lied and I hid it all the entire time because I thought if I could convince you, otherwise it would be easy to fix. And I realised I wasn't doing that for you, I was doing that for me. I wanted it to feel like it wasn't as bad, because then I wouldn't feel as bad and as guilty, and I wouldn't tear my own
First of all, admitting that is like, how are you not doing that here then?
life up over it. But I realised I've torn yours in two. Like, I made you leave your own home, your office and everything behind. It's been so selfish of me to just not acknowledge that, and what I forced you to do. I know how hard it must have been for you to leave. I acted like it was so easy, like you've given up. Because to admit that really it was the worst thing you've ever had to do and how hard it was, just I didn't want to believe that, I didn't want it to be true. Because then it would make me realise just how bad I've become. I'm sorry, this is so late. Like, there's no way that I can put it back in the bottle, or I can even have a life with you, or fix.
That's what I'm saying. So he's doing this to get her to take him back. He's admitting that. He's like, oh, this is too late. This is too whatever. You should be apologizing and you should be apologizing and all the rest because you genuinely feel bad, not as an aim to get someone back. Fuck you.
Fix anything. I said I needed time, but I wasn't using that time to heal. I was using it to avoid everything, and I was being selfish.
Gross.
And I wasn't looking at myself properly. I wasn't looking at the stuff I was saying and sending to you and the situations I was in. Because I did fucking fuck up and lie about stuff to make things feel better for me. I should never have followed those people back. I did it because I wanted to upset you. I was trying to hurt you. I was trying to test you. I was constantly putting you through tests, telling you not to play games with your friends, telling you to make YouTube videos instead of doing what you were already doing. I did it as a test to see how much you cared about me, because it was the only way that I could understand stuff. But now I just look back at moments of, like, I sat playing games, and when you would sit next to me or lie in my arms, and I realised that that is what love was, and it wasn't everything else that I'd created and put you through. And
what a horrible, horrible person. Wow, I can't even fathom what he has put her through. Oof. Oof. Oof.
I'm joking, it's a joke. I'm not accusing you of anything. It was a joke. Like, the whole thing of this conversation that's so confusing to me is that you keep on being like, was it here, was it there? It doesn't matter where it was. I'm telling you, you can have it. It would be very different if I was like, you can't have it. No, Alice, you can't have it. It's mine. And you're like, well, where did you put it? I'd understand this conversation. But I think every point I've gone, you can have it. I didn't, like, I didn't intentionally keep the RE model. Like, I didn't. It's, you could have it.
This is about her doll. God, he's...
And, I realised now that...
Oh my god, there's more.
I was putting so much focus on, you know, making you start a YouTube channel so that, like...
Oh my god,
you'd have money, and I would get angry at you, and I would say, like, oh, you aren't trying. You're not trying to improve your life. And I was projecting my own insecurities onto you when all you wanted to do was see me change. You didn't care about any of that. You just wanted me to be a better boyfriend. And, I didn't. God, this is pathetic. I'm so sorry.
It is. And the fact he keeps repeating, like, oh, this is so pathetic, whatever, like that. He's doing this to try to get her to feel bad for him.
I just can't put into words how regretful I am.
You're regretful because she left.
Your house, and I only realised how much I must have hurt you. I acted like when you left because you didn't care. But now I realise that it was the strongest thing, and it was the hardest thing for you to do because it must have been so hard for you. Because I know how I feel now, and it can't be half as bad as what you feel. And that you left because you felt like you had no choice. And even then, you wanted me to beg you to come back, and I didn't. Because I was being such a fucking self-centered asshole. I didn't realise how hard that must have been for you. I didn't think about it. I made excuses that you didn't care about me. So I tried to do things to make it seem like, to test you. And I put you through so much shit for my own insecurity and inability to admit that I had pushed you so far. And I didn't want to admit it, and I refused to do it. And I made it worse and worse and worse. And then I tried to distract myself with fucking stupid bullshit. I want to spend every minute now trying to make it up to you of my life. I would dedicate my life to you, and I had the chance. I had you. You were by my side. You were laying in my bed, and I didn't because I was too busy being like, oh, you want to kiss me because I pissed her off, and I fucking pushed you so far away.
My God.
I'm sorry for crying. I'm sorry for being a mess. I promised myself I would try not to do this. It's just really hard to talk about this stuff because I realise how much I fucked up. But not just that. I know I never showed you how much I cared at the end, and when I did it in a really toxic way. I've constantly told you I'm doing this because I care for you. It's just fucked. I wish I could fucking slash you on the head. I never really thought that you'd actually leave, so when you did, I was just like completely shell-shocked. I've been shocked the entire time. Part of the reason that I think that I've struggled so much is because of the fact that, it's hit me like a brick wall. I knew that the issues were there, but I never looked at them deep enough because I didn't want to, because I was scared that if I looked at them and realised how bad it was, that I didn't feel like I'd get better. I felt like that maybe I'd get worse. Because I realised how much I'd hurt you, and then I felt like that we'd be on a ticking time bomb. I didn't realise that it was going to happen that early. I convinced myself that I had time to fix things and to get better. And I set a date for when I got paid, and I set myself up. I gave myself so many chances, and I gave you none. And think about any of the pressure that you've been through made you leave your own home because of how much I pushed you away. I just, God, Alice, I don't know why I'm doing this at this point. I want to convince myself it's because
For sympathy.
I care about you and I want you to know, but I understand if you feel like I'm doing this because I'm panicky and I'm selfish. Obviously, sending over 30 minutes of voice notes doesn't strike somebody as the most mentally stable, well-adjusted person, but I have so much to apologise for. I tried to make you call me all those times because I knew it was going to go on for a long time. And I wasn't lying when I said that my plan was to just do all of this right now. And I think that's the worst part, is that even when I was insulting you on these conversations, even up until 4 days ago, I wanted to make you call me because I wanted to go, hey, by the way, everything I've said is completely wrong. Actually, I really fucked you over, and I really fucked up, and I didn't do it. And because you wouldn't call me, I was like, oh, she doesn't want to call me. She doesn't deserve it. And it's just fucking so stupid. I convinced myself you didn't deserve a proper apology. Why should I try and make it work if she's not trying to make it work? Well, because you fucking put her through so much shit because you were acting like you're a fucking idiot. I didn't take it seriously. I didn't take you seriously. And it's only now that I've lost you that I realised that I could have changed it, or I could have fixed it. I could have. I understood. It's not like I didn't know. I convinced myself for a while that because I did know, that meant that eventually I would make it better. If you're aware of a problem, you can work on a problem. But I made the stuff that was meant to be a fix, I put it on you, I put it on your head.
Him yawning mid-talking. Great.
Sorry. I understand I must just put you through absolute fucking torture, and the lack of changing of my behaviour must have been hellish for you because you still opened yourself up to me, even though I crossed boundaries that you promised that you wouldn't let yourself come back from, and I understand why. You're a strong person. You are a strong person. And I was worried that you would be so strong that you'd realise that you'd been put up with so much bullshit and you'd go to find something better, and I realise now that you stuck with me because you love me so much.
Is he fucking serious? Are you fucking serious?
Can't believe I threw you away. But I'm so upset that I wouldn't change. I hope this is closer to what you needed from me all those months ago, and I'm sorry that it's come so late. And I'm sorry, but it's done in this way, like it's such a mess. I wish I could have showed composure and not been this fucking wallowing, pitiful fucking loser, but I just, I do care about you, and I care about how hurt you must be to do everything that you've done, and I understand that I can't be the one to help you because I am the one who's hurting you, and now even by reaching out, I cause you pain, and even by sending this, I probably cause you pain, and it's a self-fulfilling cycle now because I let it get so bad that you just associate talking to me with being scared that I'm going to start calling you names and making you cry again. I guess I just thought for a while that we were both gonna eventually figure it out. But you already did figure it out, and you told me what I needed to do, and you told me like 7 months ago, and I pushed you, and I pushed you, and I pushed you. I'm sorry that I made half-assed attempts because of my own ego to ignore what you needed.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe it would have been different. Goodbye, Alice. I did love you more than anything. Oh, God, it hurts to say, because I can't love you anymore.
Oh my
Do not
fucking
mind the
God.
love.
Oh my God.
And I'm sorry for sending you crazy messages for months on end. Even this. I was hoping that you
Jesus fucking
would stick by me longer.
Christ.
Because I wasn't bad enough to try and make the change. And now I'm going to have to do it without you.
Jesus Christ.
And I don't want to do this without you. Goodbye.
Oh God, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. I literally cannot even imagine what she has been put through because of him. This is so exhausting. This is...
I'm gonna resend this because
This is the one we watch. Wow.
And
Oh my God.
It's so crazy to actually hear you, right, genuinely
And then cutting back to one of the... Oh my God.
go, yeah, so I come downstairs, I complain about the way you're talking to me. You admit to making no behavioural change. I then go, all right, Alice, what can I do to help you? Tell me what I can do to help you. And then you go, do this, do that, in a rude way. After I've just spent the last 5 minutes saying, I don't like...
Wait, he literally was like, I'm gonna ask you and then you tell me. And then... But he was like, and then you told me. Oh, he's so fucking
the way you're
exhausting.
talking to me. It's not very cool. You have now acknowledged this on 3 separate occasions, but still can't figure out why I was annoyed. It's okay that you think that maybe you weren't doing anything that was annoying.
He's such a cocky, manipulative little shit, the way he's talking.
But at that point, you know that I've complained. I have put in your brain, as I come downstairs, formal complaint verbally, I don't like the way you're talking to me.
He put in a formal complaint? Fuck you, bitch.
Instead of going, maybe I'll try and change my language, try and make it a little bit of an effort to change it, you go, I'm going to carry on talking that way. We're just going to carry on getting back the response.
Does he
"I don't
actually
the
talk
way
like
you're
this?
talking to
What
me."
the fuck?
So, now we have fully laid this out. How can you not acknowledge whether you don't think you did anything wrong or did think you did something wrong? I don't really care at this point. How can you not acknowledge that if you made no change in your behaviour, that I was going to keep on complaining about the way you were talking to me because I found it rude? You don't get to decide whether or not it wasn't rude. I came downstairs, said I will help you with the bins. You basically fobbed me off. Then I go, okay, what do you want me to do then instead? And then you're rude to me. You say you're not rude. I say you are. I say you were being the way you were when I came downstairs, which is what I made the complaint about. This is why I'm going mad. Because I have said 6, 7 separate times in the
Is this actually what his voice sounds like? Fucking hell.
span of 10 minutes, I don't like the way that you're talking to me. I appreciate
Literally
it.
sounds
If you
like
could
he's
change
talking
it. You have acknowledged this and still can't understand why I was getting so annoyed. And why I got more and more annoyed, because the more I told you to stop, the more you carried on doing
God, he really is such a condescending little shit.
it. It's fucking mental. It's fucking insane. There we go. Acknowledge that. That's it. Just acknowledge the fact that you purposely carried on acting the way you did. Whether you were annoyed or not, you still acted the same way, and it was annoying me. It's so crazy.
And it was annoying me.
Shut the fuck up. The way he asked her to do something, or he asked her something, she responded, and then he was like,
I don't like the way you said that.
shut the fuck up. Okay, we have one final one.
Wanted to wait to send this, and I know that you're listening to the other stuff. I just feel like some of it may be undermined or, not come across as genuine because of the crying or whatever. Although, I am, I'm very upset. I'm not trying to say that I'm not. I am.
God, the way he has to keep reminding you that he's crying, he's upset, or whatever. He's so fucking manipulative. Also, why is his voice different here than
I'm fucking asked you to do the bends.
like? Why is he picking and choosing the voice?
Like I hurt you a lot, and yeah, it's like not acceptable, and I know it started early. The thing is, I wanted you to be obsessed with me, and I used you as in stuff that you said to act out and to be
God, this poor woman. This poor fucking woman, what he put. I want you to be obsessed. God, he's such a. Oh, wow.
horrible. And I've used stuff that you said as an excuse to harass you. You know, when you posted stuff about like I want somebody obsessed with me, I want somebody to never give up. I've told myself every time I message you that I am sorry, that I am I'm just not giving up on her. But that's like if we had an argument and we broke up, not like if I was continuously like just downright, at worst horrible, but at best uncaring for you for months. The thing is, I just started to manifest in a way that just was negative. I knew I cared about you. That's never been in question. I never fell out of love with you. I just got really like petty. Like I just got really petty. I just felt like that. She doesn't kiss me back. She doesn't really want to fix things. I made so many excuses. I was just being a really.
Also, it's crazy in all these voice memos, the ranging what he's talking about. Sometimes it's, he just overreacted. Sometimes it was him being so obsessive. Sometimes it was him being angry. Sometimes, like, oh, God, how do you even keep up?
Big fucking weirdo. I was being a fucking freak. I don't know why I was doing that. It's not comfortable to live in a house with somebody who's acting that way. It's not going to make things better. At points, I generally convinced myself that like we just wake up one day and be fine. I think that I'd given up on not just that, but I wasn't really doing my work, and I wasn't looking after myself. I wasn't taking the bins out. I wasn't cleaning up after myself. I wasn't doing anything like that. I wasn't making the effort to do anything. And anything I really spent time doing was looking after the cat. That was like the only thing I would put time and effort into. Is I'd sit on the sofa with the cat for 4 hours a day, and I should have been sat on the sofa with you. And then I retreated into playing games with my mates on Discord, and I didn't make an effort to talk to you. And also, I would just get so angry, shouting at games, shouting at everything. I was frustrated, and instead of dealing with that properly, I let myself get away with it. To be honest, like I let myself get away with it. I allowed myself to act that way, and I wasn't trying to stop myself. Because I think the worst thing is that like it'd be a lot easier if I just like had a problem, like I had an issue that I couldn't fix, and for a long time I spoke to you. I tried to make it seem like that because then I didn't have to blame myself for it. But in reality, I just wasn't trying. I wasn't putting the effort in, and it wasn't because I didn't care. It was because I cared more about myself, and it was wrong. And you were always so good, and you did give me so much time. And back when we had arguments at the beginning of the relationship, you would do more to make things work, and you put up with a lot of stuff, like me screaming and shouting at you on the phone or insulting you after like something didn't go my way.
All right. And that's the last one, right? Okay, so I do want to like really deep dive into the full on, 750 pages. He put her through hell, and he's acknowledging that he put her through hell. What an exhausting person, and manipulative, and incredibly dishonest. And again, I can't even fathom dealing with that one-on-one and hearing these things and these threats and this manipulative and asking you something, but then when you answer, you're getting shouted at. Like, I'm going to put this doc, again, like I said, down below, and also Alice's Twitter, if you want to go over and send love. This is really, he's really fucked. And the fact he would have the audacity to, sit down and in any way, accuse her of stuff is insane, considering that in this, we literally have him being like, I tried to look for things to make myself look like a victim, but I couldn't. It was you. Fuck you. And the audacity to these voice memos shouting when you're upstairs and stuff like that, and like, oh, you don't have a job, I have a job, or whatever. Bitch, you're a fucking YouTuber. Shut the fuck up. You're a drama channel at the end of the day. Crazy. That was exhausting to listen to, and I can't even imagine that this wasn't even directed at us. Like, having this on a daily basis, like, muckers, let me know your opinion, and I will talk to you down below. Again, everything will be linked down below. I'll see y'all very soon, and goodbye.